In this next topic, we usually talk about this topic every month, but this is the time where we're going to talk about the $7,500 federal tax credit for the Tesla vehicles and kind of go through what all of it actually means, and also who should be buying a Tesla now and who should not be buying a Tesla now. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So this all started because I Googled this. I just want to see what was out there. I Googled IRS tax credit Treasury electric vehicle, and lo and behold, right there you can see smack dab that Tesla is actually starting to advertise that their vehicles, or a handful of their vehicles, the Model 3, the Model Y, and certain builds of the Model X, qualify for the massive $7,500 federal tax credit. And on top of that, we've got a very nice landing page. This is a brand new part of Tesla's website. I've never seen it before, but you can see, you can select different models, put in your zip code, and also type in what your location is to set up an appointment for a test drive. But to back it up really quickly, here are the vehicles that qualify. Any Model 3 in any trim qualifies for the full $7,500 federal tax credit now, and any Model Y in any trim qualifies for the $7,500 federal tax credit for any trim as well. Model X or Model S does not qualify for any of the tax credit. Model X only qualifies for the long range in a base build. So you can choose any color because it's free, but you cannot choose a different interior color or any rim accessories or anything like that. So literally just a base build, because the MSRP has to be under $80,000 for a SUV. And so the next thing is, how does this actually work? So really, if you're looking at Tesla, all those models that we just talked about qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit. But if you're interested in other models, I'll quickly show this. This is fueleconomy.gov, which shows you which vehicles might qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit on top of that, because not every single vehicle qualifies for the full $7,500. You can see like the Mach-E extended range only qualifies for half of the tax credit at $33,750. And you might be asking, why does that? Why does it work in that way? Well, really, there's actually minimum percentage battery components and also minimum percentage of critical minerals for each of these electric vehicles. You can see in 2023, it had to have 50% of the minimum percentage of battery components and 40% for minimum percentage of critical minerals. Tesla seem to have made their vehicles qualify for this, but the one quick thing here is that these restrictions get stricter every single year. You can see in 2024, it goes to 60% for percentage of battery components and 50%, up 10% for both of those, for minimum percentage of critical minerals. And so that is why, if you've noticed on the Tesla website for Model 3, it does say that the current Model 3 qualifies for $7,500, but is, quote, expected to reduce to $3,750 on December 31st, pending federal guidance. Of course, this could be Tesla's way to try and say, hey, take delivery now before it goes away next year or gets chopped in half. But really, this is how it actually works. So when you buy this vehicle now, you actually don't get a discount or anything like that. What happens is, as long as you as an individual qualify for the income limits, then you can file for an extra enhanced credit back when you file for your taxes next year. And really, not everybody gets the full $7,500 back. You have to kind of figure out how much do you as an individual make as a person to see, and how much federal tax do you make as a person. So here's a quick calculator.net. You can pull it up yourself and input your own type of example. And you can see we can put in a $100,000 income earner as a single person right here with all the different no other extra things on top of that. You can see someone who makes $100,000, if we hit the calculate button, pays about $14,000 in taxes after taking the standard deduction and everything like that. So because they are due to pay that type of amount of money, because it's taken out every single paycheck, they get that money right back when they file for their taxes. But you can see as this number starts to go down to like $70,000, it gets very, very close into that 7,500. Add any sort of different things like kids or marriage or anything like that, then it gets even more tighter. We just switched it to married filed jointly, and you can see the tax bill drops essentially in half to $4,636. So if this married couple bought a Model Y or a Model 3 or even a Model X, they would only get $4,636 back of the $7,500. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Hopefully you're following. But all of this changes next year. And so that might be a big reason to wait for it next year's, to buy a Tesla next year, or even to buy an electric vehicle. Because if you look at the IRS fact sheet that they released on October 6th, it actually says that a lot of this, or the $7,500 federal tax rate, is going to be point of sale. It's going to be a point of sale discount, which means less financing, less amount down payment if you're going to be financing, maybe even less taxes, less fees for when you're going to be buying your Tesla vehicle. And on top of that, because the credit transfers to the dealer, then the full $7,500, and the dealer may hopefully discounts the full $7,500 off of the vehicle price. It seems from this, it appears that the IRS is not going to try and get that back from those people that might not have qualified from the full $7,500. So definitely take that for whatever it's worth. It's different from how the law is written, and certainly if you're still confused or need more clarification, you can print all these documents, go to your accountant or your CPA and see if they can get you an exact answer. But really the rule of thumb is if you're someone that is single, you're going to want to make above $70,000 to get that full tax credit if you're buying now. But if you're someone that's under that, you might as well wait until next year, till it's a point of sale discount, so you can really get the full effect and don't have to worry with filing for the taxes or anything with that for the Model 3, Model Y, or even X. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. There's a lot of documents out there. There's a lot of videos out there. Hopefully this clears a little bit up for you, but certainly there's also going to be a lot of headwinds in the near future at the end of this quarter, because Tesla knows probably a lot of people are going to be waiting for the discount or waiting for the 7,500 point of sale discount next year. And so they're probably going to entice a lot of people to try and buy this year, or even buy by the end of December. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. Let's jump into some of these questions. DZ: is the instant EV tax credit for when I place an order online or when I take delivery? Let's say I place an order in December and take delivery in January. Would I get the instant $7,500 on delivery? Yes, you'll get the instant $7,500 off delivery in January when you actually take delivery. River: hey Dennis, what if my income is below the limit to qualify for the $7,500 tax credit in 2024? Then it appears from these documents, the PDFs, I'll post it in the comments down below. It appears that you will still be able to get the full $7,500, and the IRS will not be coming back for you to get that back. So of course, this is how it reads. You can see it right here. And so I'll post this in the comments right now so you can take a look at it for yourself. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, Patreon link, where you support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So don't forget to check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. But if you're just joining in, welcome. Tesla just dropped the price or increased the price of the Model 3 and Model Y in certain markets. In the China market, little baby increases like $200 to $300. But what's different with this is that they employed a different strategy. They kind of gave us a preview that there was going to be price increases, and then they increased the price 2 days later. Or really, it was like a rumor. Then the rumor was confirmed by Tesla, and then they increased the price a few days later. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Jojo: is there any markup or discounts buying the Tesla at the dealer versus online? No, it's really kind of all the same, but the dealer at the store or the associates at the Tesla store might be able to see inventory that we might not be able to see online. So that's why I've always recommended going into the store, because, and it's also a face to a person, to a name that maybe has more motivation to try and get you to place an order or take delivery. But of course, if you're going to a store, don't forget to bring your Tesla referral code with you, because they will not remind you to use a Tesla referral code. So you can save that extra $250 off plus 3 months of full self-driving, just like the Tesla referral code down below in the description. Kyle, how much do you recommend annual income is to afford a Model 3? Pretty big question, I would say. Usually to get approval for auto financing, you want to make 1-to-1. So if you're buying a $50,000 car, you should make $50,000. But really that's kind of tight in terms of affording it. But it depends. Like if you drive for work and you spend a lot of money on gas, or you're driving all over the place like an Uber driver or whatever commercial type of thing, then I would say a Tesla is 100% worth it, even if you've got a stretch to purchase it, because you're actually using the vehicle as a workhorse. But if you're just buying it, if you don't use your vehicle at all, and you just want something to sit in your driveway, then it's certainly going to be a little bit tough to justify it. But I would say about 120% of the MSRP of the vehicle. So if it's like a 50K of car, then I would say maybe like 65 to 70K, just to have some tight wiggle room. Really double, actually, before someone tries to flame me for recommending too low. DZ, is the $7,500 off the MSRP pre-tax and fees, or is it off the out-the-door price? That's a great question. We're still unsure exactly on it. I would assume, well, it's going to be vehicle price minus $7,500, and then I would assume taxes are hit on that, but it could be maybe vehicle price plus taxes and fees and then minus $7,500. But either at the end of the day, it's going to be a minus $7,500. We just don't know if it's going to be before tax or after tax, but we'll see shortly in the new year. Warren, thanks for coming in. What happened with the lease? $289. You know, if someone had that lease payment, it appears that it was a glitch of sorts, because I went back quickly after to show someone, and 24 months, yeah, it's down to 330 now, so, or up to 330. So maybe it was a glitch. I mean, if someone was able to get that, kudos to them for sure for being able to get it. But of course, if you're looking to get the lowest monthly payment for Tesla and kind of take advantage of this $7,500 federal tax credit now, that's where channel sponsors like Tenet come into play. Tenet is a approved Tesla financing partner and allow you to get the lowest monthly payment on your Tesla by deferring a portion of the loan, maybe even this $7,500 federal tax credit. They can do this because they work with credit unions and banks to get you the lowest monthly payment for your Tesla. So definitely check out Tesla. Definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. And thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other videos this month. Jojo, which one better to get loan approved by credit union before going to dealer, or just let the dealer give me a loan? Well, if you're going, it depends. Are you a new auto loan buyer, never financed a vehicle? Then I would say go through Tesla financing. But if you've got good credit, you've financed vehicles before in the past, then you can go through a credit union or other banks beforehand. But really, you want to make sure you find the vehicle first, because a lot of these banks are going to want to make sure they're going to want to make sure they have you're buying a vehicle. You can't just kind of you can do a pre-approval with some banks, but most banks want like a VIN with an actual vehicle so that they can figure out what the vehicle is before giving you an approval. Is it confirmed when the point of sale discount starts? Yes, it is going to be next year. I would say January 1st of 2023. I mean, there's also in 2024. There's also rumors that, you know, we talked about this in the past, like Tesla might increase the price next year, because if it's going to be a point of sale discount, then it's going to be pretty substantial. Tesla might want some of that. So there could be a strategy here to lock in your vehicle order maybe late December so the price can't change, and then be able to take advantage of that full $7,500 next year. But of course, on top of that, if you're out there, if you just bought your Tesla or you're about to purchase your Tesla, don't forget to check out our Tesla accessory discounts down below in the description. We got 3D Mats USA for premium floor mats for your Tesla. We've got a set. We got RIVIAN for interior accessories. We got Jawa for the best interior accessories, and we got MAGBAK as well. So definitely check it out down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that's used our Tesla accessory discount codes in the past and in the future. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Happy Wednesday, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.